Okay, great question. I'm going to try and keep it short, under 60 seconds. Project Phillips is a 100-day project where I go over 4 initial mini projects. My SAT, the game Let Me See, my Symphony, and the summer camp. The whole idea of the project is to inspire me to keep on going and working harder. By me looking at my progress in the past episodes, I can say, okay, I've done this, so now I can go a bit farther, and through that, I can get to the 100th episode and do something amazing. I also hope by the time I get to that episode, some kid can stumble upon it and say, oh, this is impossible. But watch from episode 1 and see they can do what I did. And that inspires them to do their own thing. So that is what Project Phillips is in a brief talk, I guess. Thanks for the question. My honest opinion on GC, that's a good question. I think it's probably one of the greatest schools I've gone to, plus my mom really loves it, so that's a plus. It does have its flaws though, but what I do appreciate is that people genuinely do care about those flaws and try to work towards them in their own ways. From students to teachers to administration, I think there is an effort to push towards it, so I always appreciate that. Another thing I like about the school is just like you could pick any random person from the school and just talk to them and find out a bunch of amazing things, because like each person is really interesting for some reason. So that's my opinion on GC. But there is more that I will talk about in my Symphony coming out soon. Who or what do I grab inspiration from? Another great question. I think I grab inspiration from all aspects of my life. My faith, my family, my friends. I like how they all start with F. To be more specific, the first person that comes to mind is definitely my mom. I've gained my work ethic from her, the way I treat people. At a young age, she always taught me this thing called spirit of excellence. I like saying spirit of excellence because it's more fun to say. But it's the idea that you can overcome what you thought was great and do better. So that's always been something that's at the core of me. Then after my mom, I've also gained inspiration from my brothers. They're a successful bunch of people. So it's always, it feels weird when you're not doing great things, and then it's like, you're proud to see them do great things as well, but you always don't want to be the one to fall behind. So it's that competitive nature that also like inspires us to keep on going further. But as a whole, I think my family is just a successful bunch of people. So it's hard to like sit on the sidelines and just be happy with that. Moving on though, another aspect of inspiration for me has always been the media I've consumed. From a young age, I've always been like a superhero kid, so that's always impacted the way I've seen overcoming adversity continuously, no matter the circumstances. And then finally, my faith. I think that's at the core of who I am, so that's why I believe when it's like doing the right thing, basically. So yeah, those are my aspects of inspiration. Thank you for the question. Why do you always hold the door in the morning? Trick question, I don't. Actually, I know you're referring to. I have this thing called the 5-second rule where I hold the door until I don't hear or see anyone in 5 seconds. Where it originated from was in middle school. I was holding the door for a bit longer for some reason. I heard this kid coming up the stairs. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna hold it for a while longer. And the kid was really happy I did. So I was like, okay, gonna stick with this thing. And then eventually came to high school and became its own habit. However, it was awkward closing the door right after someone was about to come in. So I developed the 5-second rule. It's like, okay, unless I don't hear or see anyone in 5 seconds, then I close the door and head out. I do like it though, because like I'm usually darting from place to place, so I never really get the chance to interact or get to know people like that. So the 5-second rule sticking me in the ground allowed me to get to know people's faces, their names, their personalities and stuff. So that's always been nice. And then it also built discipline, because it was a rule that I did plan on sticking with, and it's been difficult at times, but having that rule taught me how to adapt to situations when they weren't the best, and then just builds discipline overall to use in other scenarios. But yeah, thank you for the question. What are your hobbies? Oh, I like that question. I like to code, cook, draw, animate, research, and also gardening. So those are my basic hobbies. Also, I like watching TV shows and movies. I don't know if that's a hobby, but I watch them very critically, if that helps the case. But yeah, I wish I could do an episode of my TV show recommendations, but I don't think that's gonna fit. But if you could recommend me some of your TV shows and movies, that'd be amazing, because I'm always trying to find something new to watch. But thank you for the question. Some of the Google form questions. Who's your favorite WWE wrestler? I just have to say, it's John Cena. I think that's the only correct answer here. To me, I think like back in the day, I genuinely thought he was the main character of the whole show, and everything was just supporting his character. And I thought like Randy Orton was his antagonist or so. Actually, no, I think he had multiple antagonists, but personally, I think it was a good show until he left. But yeah, John Cena is the correct answer. Thank you very much for the question. So this is the last question for the whole my Symphony Q&A, but it's basically what's been your favorite part of Project Phillips? I couldn't think of a better question to end the night. So whoever asked this, thank you very much. Um, it's hard to say really. I think with each new thing I do, that's probably my new favorite thing. Maybe just due to recency bias. But oh gosh, I really like the devlog. Every time I think of something I really like, I just think of the devlog. I don't even know if that's the best one. But devlog zero was fun to put together like a couple minutes. It was nice to also try something. I did my symphony sneak peek was amazing because I got the inspiration from I was watching something from Vinland Saga at the ending of season one, and that's where I got the whole inspiration for the video from. So yeah, well, not the whole my symphony, but like that section of it. But yeah, I definitely think my favorite part so far. Okay, I'm gonna say my favorite part. I'm gonna say like a favorite episode. So my favorite part is really just the last minute crunches in the episodes I have to do. It's like that's where the most creativity, innovation happens. It's also when it's like, okay, I give up on the idea of giving up. I think in those last minutes, it's like there's no other question. Is you're gonna get this done. So that's my favorite part of the whole project. But I think my favorite episode, probably probably the devlog. I think the devlog has been. It wasn't no. The devlog wasn't the best one really. Dang, this is hard. This is hard. I think my symphony is probably gonna be my favorite one right now. Okay, yeah. I'll say my symphony, even though that hasn't come out yet. But let's if I can't do my symphony, then I'm gonna say um I wrote the Superman ride one when I went to Six Flags. But yeah, thank you for the question and have a great night.